Hello everyone, how are you guys doing? Welcome back to another episode of a Hannibal reaction. This is Road Live, and my name is Matt. Hello, what's up everybody? Okay, so last time on Hannibal, what was happening? We followed a lot of Francis Dollarhide, and he's hanging out with this other lady, which I don't remember her name. Was it something like Reba? Something like that. And she pet a tiger. It was cute. That's mostly what happened on that side of the story. We got to learn what their relationship was kind of like, and we got to understand a little bit more what Francis is about and how he feels. He also feels honored to have Hannibal have some have interest in him. But then we also got to see near the end where Will went to the place with the painting, the Great Red Dragon, which he and Hannibal kind of like figured out it's kind of his deal, because also Hannibal got to talk to him. He didn't tell anyone about that. But Will went to the place where the painting was held, and it just so happens that Dollarhide was there exactly at that same moment. He attacked this museum lady or whatever, and I think he just put her unconsciously, and then he just ate the picture. He ate the piece of artwork, and then he managed to run away. He had a confrontation with Will when Will saw him, but then he just pushed him away and then went down to the elevator and then just left. So he managed to get away, but Will saw him. He saw his face. So that's probably gonna be relevant. That's probably gonna matter. There was also one scene where Hannibal called what was it, Chilton's secretary, and told them to give them Will's number or something like that. Was it something like that? I don't know exactly what that was for. I don't know if that's gonna matter later on, or if it was just something like, oh, that's why Will went to see Hannibal in previous episode, or maybe it's gonna be something that matters next episode or near the finale, which take us to our next thing I want to say, is the fact that this is episode 11, isn't it? I think it is season 3, episode 11. This means that, and I'm gonna chill real quick. If you go over to the Patreon right now, the finale for season 3 and just Hannibal in general should be there already. Jesus, man, we've been doing this for a while, man. We've been doing this for a while. So yes, Hannibal finale should be up on Patreon. So if you're interested in watching the next 2 episodes already, either on early access or full-length reactions, you can do so already. So yes, that's something crazy to think about, that we're finally finishing Hannibal. So we'll see where that goes. I don't know where that goes. I haven't recorded those episodes yet, but you could see them right now already if you head over to the Patreon. And I suppose that's the shilling for now. I don't know if there's anything else I want to say about previous episode or anything. I think I'm just gonna move on. So let's begin. Hannibal season 3 episode 11. Let's go.
How magnificent you are.
The man who killed Jacoby's and
Sorry.
Had called my name. Once her.
Oh.
If it weren't for the power of your becoming, if it weren't for the dragon, you could never have had her. I don't want to give her to the dragon.
Okay.
The dragon is in your belly now. You can choose to have her alive. You don't have to worry about feeling love for her. You can always toss the dragon to someone else.
Interesting. What does it mean by that?
Will Graham
Okay.
interests me.
Okay, interesting.
He has a family.
Are we gonna do the shit that I said the moment that I saw Will's family? I was like, don't die. Yeah.
Kill them all.
Okay, yeah. That was a real scene. It was happening through the phone. And when I saw Will's wife and the kid, I was like, they're gonna die. And Will's saying don't worry, I'll be back and I'll see you again. I'm like, okay, someone's gonna die. Either it's gonna be Will or it's gonna be his fucking family. I just want to spend Hannibal to be. Honestly, that makes sense. Honestly, it's like that bitch that I have a crush on got himself a family. Fuck him. Fuck him. He's mine. Okay, I understand though. I understand. This is the first time this man fell in love because it's the first time he can hang out with someone that he doesn't feel uncomfortable around. Because she's blind, he feels accepted, he feels safe, he likes this woman. So he's like, fuck, I want to kill her, but I don't want to actually. This is Will's family house. Yeah, it is. It's her.
Mom!
It wasn't paying attention to the phone.
Something's wrong with the dogs.
No, not the fucking dogs! I mean, of course, yes, it's supposed to the dog. Oh my god, the fact that Will is a dog herder finally comes full circle.
Been feeding them canned food.
Was that canned food made in China?
Is it bad to be made in China?
If you're pet food, dogs get poisoned by Chinese pet food all the time.
So it is unfortunate that there's like an actual like logical reason as to why the dogs got sick. I'm assuming the dogs got sick because Dollarhide fed that something. She's not gonna tell him.
You know how I always said that secrets are bad?
Fuck, she's not gonna tell him.
Keep secrets.
Fuck. Y'all gonna die.
Brooklyn Museum is closed to the public on Tuesdays. And researchers are admitted, that's when we'd both be going.
So he created a situation in which they will see each other, he will talk to Dollarhide, and then he will tell Dollarhide to go and murder Will's family. Will, think! Will, think!
There's a family out there who don't know he's coming. We can save them.
Is it your family you see?
How's he choosing them?
You literally gave you the answer!
Do you know who they are?
Yes.
The family? Uh-huh.
And you're willing to let them die?
Will, whose family do you think he knows?
They're not my family, Will. And I'm not letting them die. You are.
How many families does Hannibal know? I mean, Will's probably assuming that the killer Dollarhide told him who he's going to kill. Well, I'll say this. Due to the pacing of the episode, which like it literally just started, they might not die immediately. What's a dude on a gimp suit? She's like underneath him, isn't she? Yeah. I think this is a brave attempt, but they're all gonna die anyway. Oh, that's a good plan actually. Now go the other way. Well, the noise is going off. Why do y'all have to live in the middle of nowhere?
Come on, quick!
This man is gonna die too.
Stay down! Get back to the car!
Yeah. Doc and just fucking drive. Just fucking drive. Oh my god, they got away. No, they didn't. No, they didn't. No, they didn't. She didn't. Okay, so she's probably gonna die. She's gonna deliver the kid to somewhere. It's gonna be safe, but she's gonna die maybe. He's gonna be so angry at Jack Crawford. He's gonna be so fucking angry.
Your mom's in surgery now.
Okay, she's not dead yet. I actually very surprised that that's how it went.
You gonna kill him?
No,
Loaded question.
I'm gonna catch him. I'll put him in a mental hospital so they can treat him and keep him from hurting anybody else.
And he's gonna be like, he shot mom.
You killed a guy and you were put in a mental hospital.
That's true.
Is it true?
Those two things are true factually, individually. I wasn't put him in a hospital for killing the guy though.
And you shouldn't put this guy in a mental hospital. You should kill him. I wanna watch baseball.
I figured he would act like that. Like, you've killed people before. Kill this guy. He shot my mom. Like, Will gave him the nice answer. We're gonna help this guy. So we're gonna treat him. And he's like, fuck this guy, let's kill him. Because of course he would say that. He's like, I don't know, fucking 10 years old or whatever.
You think you might lose me after this, Jack? Think I might go back to my family?
For a minute, I did.
Right. And then you realize what I realized, which is that I can't go home. Neither can Molly and Walter. Not until the Red Dragon is out of the way.
The moment she got in the car, I was like, she got away. But then I see the blood and I'm like, oh, maybe not. It's because, like, you never see actually people landing the shots when someone is getting away in a car. Usually they miss every shot.
Sorry to interrupt. You have a telephone call.
We should be
What's your
monitoring
order?
those. We should be monitoring these
Would you like to
phone
take it?
calls.
Did he say why he was calling?
I called him to confirm that he hasn't called you.
Haha.
I could have told you that.
If only I'd known to ask.
If only.
Would you have told me the truth?
In my own way, I always have.
I fucking love that. The fact that most of the time he tells the truth, but he words it in such a manner that it's like double meaning. So you get the interpretation that you want.
You keep him on the line.
I mean, but like, that's the problem, is that now we gotta rely on Hannibal to help us out. And Hannibal is gonna pull some shit. Bro, that's actually impressive. Okay, he's fighting with himself. Yeah, as it's supposed to be like Francis is fighting the dragon. The dragon wants to kill, but Francis wants to fuck. Sorry, I'm oversimplifying it. Okay, it's the fact that the dragon thinks Francis failed to satiate him because he failed to kill a family. Oh, have you been possessed by the dragon now? He might actually kill the lady.
I don't know what's happening to me with you. You threaten me. Do not threaten me. I can't be with you.
Oh no. Don't do it, man.
I'm afraid I'll hurt you.
Concerning thing to hear.
It was nice to spend time with someone who has the courage to get his hat or stay as he damn pleased. And gives me credit for the same. Get your hat, Francis. Get it and go.
Okay, I think she misunderstood. Growl. Red hallway.
From the beginning, you and the dragon had been one.
Hannibal is immediately just like pressing all the red buttons.
I told her I can't be with her. You're almost blind to your own true feelings. No more able to express them than a scar can blush. She will come to the house to talk. And I don't know what will happen in the house.
What house?
How easily she would tear.
Wouldn't they be able to track down whose phone this is? Well, I suppose that's what they're doing. I'm stupid, sorry. But like, wouldn't they see the number and be like, oh, that's Hannibal's office?
They're listening.
Oh, what a shit! He told them right at the last second! And he's not gonna come back here because he told them that they're listening, so.
Tooth Fairy used call spoofing software, piggybacking on Lecter's old line, but caller ID showed his lawyer's number.
Okay, that answers my question. Thank you. Oh, we're just gonna throw him on the complete isolation room.
The toilet, too.
Good. Shit on the floor! We should get rid of his, like, glass wall that he uses to talk to people. Like, I think Hannibal's #1 entertainment. It's not like reading books. It's not like philosophy. It's like actually interacting with other human beings and fucking with them. So, like, put him in complete isolation. Oh my god, is she actually gonna be okay? Well, she's gonna be okay for this episode. But, like, maybe not the future episodes.
You said you wouldn't be the same when you came home.
You said you would.
Boy, was I wrong about that. Nobody to blame but myself. And Jack Crawford. I do blame Jack Crawford.
Yep.
Jack knew what he was doing. He came after you because Hannibal suggested it. He urged him to do it.
That's a clammy, sick feeling.
Yeah.
I knew it was him. I knew it was him. I saw your picture in that paper, and I knew it was him.
I hate this, Molly. I'm sorry.
It's tough to hold on to anything good. It's also slippery.
Slick as hell.
Okay. Of course.
I'm just about worn out with you crazy sons of bitches.
The essence of the worst in the human spirit is not found in the crazy sons of bitches. Outlandness is found in the faces of the crowd.
How does Hannibal come up with those lines like in the second?
When you look at her now, what do you see?
You know what I see.
The dragon likely thinks you are as much a monster as you think he is.
Is this a competition?
Two souls, alas, are dwelling in my breast, and one is striving to forsake its brother. The great red dragon is freedom to him, shedding his skin. The sound of his voice, his own reflection. The building of a new body and the othering of himself, the splitting of his personality, all seem active and deliberate. He craves change.
He didn't murder those families. Change them.
Don't you crave change, Will?
Episode end. Yeah. That just final 2 minutes of 1 minute of the episode just confused me. Because of whatever the fuck Hannibal says. Man, things are getting hype. Alright, hello, what's up? Sorry for the weird cut. Everything looks a little bit different, don't worry about it. So, I'm recording this like a day after I watched the episode. It's like the second or third time that I've been doing that lately, but like I literally could not keep recording after I finished the episode. I just went and like skimmed through the episode once more before I started recording just to remind myself of what happened. That said, I don't know what to talk about except for like one topic, and I suppose it's a topic we're gonna immediately tackle into. And I guess it's the dragon and Will. So here's the thing, it's that because the dragon met Reba, I think that's her name, Reba, because the dragon met her and he starts to feel Francis, less the dragon, more Francis, it starts to feel like, oh, I actually like this woman, and not just that, it's just the fact that I feel nice and comfortable around this woman. And like somebody left me a comment explaining to me what the like background for Francis was in the books, because it's not really explained in the show, and because it's not explained, you can consider it not canon, but I'm just gonna take that as like I'm just gonna assume that that's a fact because we don't have anything else to go on, and it's just like, yeah, I think he was like an orphan, or his parents died, and then like a grandma like took care of him, and then she was like abusive both physically and emotionally, and also because of bullying, because of his cleft lip, I believe that's what it's called. Yeah, his childhood was just fucked as a result. Not just childhood, just like upbringing in general, which severely affects the kind of person you turn into and how you deal with stuff. So to me, it makes a lot of sense. What he's like around people and what he's like around Reba, because, and I understand this like very well because they have like a similar kind of issue. It's the idea that he feels rejected by like everyone, and so because he feels rejected, he runs away from any situation that might reject him, and because he has an emotional outburst otherwise, whatever emotion that might be, there is an outburst whenever he feels like anyone will reject them. And that's the thing, is that he feeling like someone rejects him does not correlate to someone rejecting him. It's just what he thinks. And the thing is that whenever he sees someone like looking at him, looking at his face, he thinks that somebody is rejecting him because he has the thing. So it's like, oh, he's sensitive about that. So he loses it and he freaks out. And it's not just that, it's like pretty much any social interaction. So whenever he meets this woman and she's nice and she's scaring and better than everything, she's blind, which means that she has like no way of like seeing his cleft lip. So he thinks, oh shit, I can actually form a relationship with this woman. And that's why he actually seeks out to go and hang out with her. He goes and offers her a lift home, and that's all that was. He just wanted to hang out with her, and she was like, hell yeah. And he feels welcomed in her presence. And if it weren't for the fact that he is a serial killer, that might be kind of a good thing. But because he kind of has like a situation here where, because he literally like hallucinates, and well, here's the thing, this is something I'm wondering. Does Francis hallucinate all of the stuff that he sees and feels? Or is that just the show being extra? Because whenever I see like all the like dragon and wings and there's a tail and he's freaking out, he's like bursting out of his skin or whatever, I do not know if that is him hallucinating that he's like literally turning into a dragon, or that like literally there's a dragon inside of him that he has to like satiate, or if that is just the show being extra with what they show you. Because sometimes the show just shows you some crazy shit, you know, like Will seeing himself with like the stag and shit, and like seeing like Will seeing himself as the stag or whatever. Like that's not something that was actually happening, and I don't think Will was hallucinating like half the time. Maybe in season 1, but after that, it was just the show just showing you crazy shit. So now I'm wondering if everything that we see during like the Francis scenes, if he's actually seeing that or imagining that, or if that is just the show just showing you that because the show just wants to be extra. I always interpreted that as Francis hallucinating just because the way he reacts. So I think those are hallucinations. And if that is the case, then he has like another issue going on other than just like trauma. But regardless, the problem is that he has that going on. So if it weren't for that, maybe he could have a stable relationship with Reba. Maybe Reba could fix this man. Maybe she could give him a nice life, like exactly what he needs, and he could give her what she needs, because she also has this thing going on where like she doesn't want people to pity her, and Francis doesn't seem to pity her, which is also something that's fun to bring out here, because when he has the conversation with her where he's like, I'm afraid that I will hurt you, she interprets that as like, I don't know, like you are blind, therefore you are fragile. So she gets angry at that, because what she enjoyed out of the relationship was that she thought that this was a man that like wouldn't consider her to be someone that's like weak or pity her because of her disability. But that's not what he meant. Francis literally meant like, I am a serial killer and I want to murder you, but also I love you, so I don't know what's gonna happen if I stay around you. But she interpreted it in the better way. But yes, the thing is that if that wasn't the case, these two could be a good match, maybe. But because of the serial killer aspect, Francis is having this crisis where he keeps, so it's more like his human side and the dragon are fighting each other, where his human side is like, I finally met someone that like could make my life good, you know, someone that I could hang out with, someone that could make me happy, and it's someone that I want to keep around, someone I feel comfortable with, you know, like he finally can connect with someone, he can finally form a stable human connection with someone, and he doesn't feel necessarily like judged or like or rejected or anything. But because the dragon exists, the dragon is like, yo, you gotta kill this girl. And he's like, but I don't want to. No, but you do want to. And he's like, maybe I want to, but I don't. So then he starts freaking out. He goes and has a session with Hannibal. It is really funny that the serial killer manages to have like actual like sessions with Hannibal, even though Hannibal's in jail. Like that's crazy to me. It's like, oh my fucking god, Hannibal, fucking stop, bro. Like fucking stop. Like that's the thing. Is that here's the thing, is that like every time I see like a high charisma, very clever, prone to manipulate people, like evil kind of character in media, I'm always like, fucking put a tape over their mouth, you know? Just like, that's because like, it's so clear to me whenever there's a character and you see like, that character with a gun is not dangerous. That character with the ability to speak to another human being, that's dangerous. And like Hannibal Lecter classifies under that. Hannibal Lecter is one of those characters. You know, there's other characters in media that I feel that way. You know, like fucking right now I started watching season 6 of The Expanse that is airing right now. And like there's a character in that show that I hate so much, and all they do is just spit bullshit and people follow that character, and I hate him so much. And I'm just like, take that character's tongue out. Done. The entire like fucking war is over because that character no longer has the ability to manipulate other people. You know, like that's all you need to do. So whenever we see a character like fucking Hannibal hanging out here and he's just chilling in a cell, I'm just like, they should just So anyway, they should totally just do that. Like Hannibal is absolutely the type of character that should never be allowed to speak again, you know? Just like, you can chill in your fucking cell, you can have your books or whatever, you're never gonna speak to another human being again. And like, that's the thing, is that you can either tape his mouth or just put him in complete isolation and nobody will ever see him again. That's the thing, is that Hannibal Lecter should never be allowed to speak to another human being because he will pull some bullshit because he's able to manipulate people into doing things, you know? And that's exactly what it did here, because fucking Francis is like, I don't know what to do. And Hannibal is like, you know what you could do? You could murder Will Graham's family. And Francis is like, that sounds like an interesting idea, actually. It's like, fucking bitch, what? Like, that's so random. And I think, I could be wrong here, but I think that it was actually Francis the one that brought Will to the table. But this is what Hannibal does. Hannibal always knows what you're gonna be doing. He knows what you're gonna say because he knows what you're thinking. So what Hannibal does is that he navigates the conversation in such a manner that you will arrive to the thought that he thinks you will arrive. So he navigated the conversation in such a manner that it made Francis think of Will Graham, and then he said Will Graham, and then Hannibal said like, oh, that's an interesting idea. You know, I know where his family lives. You should go and murder them. It's like, fucking what? Fucking goddamn. I like, if Will, oh, that's interesting. If Will hadn't gone to meet Hannibal the first time, like previous episode, 2 episodes ago, Francis wouldn't have known that Francis wouldn't have known that Will has a family because Hannibal wouldn't know that Will has a family. Maybe Hannibal would have told Francis to look up if Will has a family and if he does, go after them. So yeah, maybe it wouldn't have mattered much. Maybe not, but like, it's interesting that it happened anyway. But yeah, Francis ends up going against Will's family, which is okay. Fuck my life. Like that's interesting. That's funny. Whenever I saw Will's like new wife, a new kid or whatever, whenever I saw Will's new family, I was thinking, y'all gonna die. Maybe. Like I was already calling it. I didn't know if it was gonna happen, but I was for sure calling it because that's kind of the way this goes in a lot of like stories like this. You know, you have like the reluctant, scarred hero whose life just sucks and they can never get a W, and you have the fucking manipulate, mansplain, whatever, Hannibal, who just keeps fucking with him. And that's the thing. It's that like, it's like, oh, we have introduced people that this character who always gets fucked and is never happy, that we introduce people that matter to him. And it's like, I wonder what's gonna happen to them. And like, The part that really sold that to me was where the two scenes, Will said like, I'm gonna come back and I'm not gonna be the same, and the what was her name? Fuck, I completely forgot what her name was. Will's wife. And she said like, but I will be the same. And I'm just like, file that for later. And then I think the episode after that, Will was talking on the phone with her, and it was like a fun kind of talk about a dog or whatever. And I'm just like, haha, that's fun. This is not gonna last forever. And then he said something like, don't worry, like I'll be back soon. Like we'll see each other soon. Something like that. Something to that effect. And I'm just like, okay, that's a death flag. That's what that is. That's when you read a line and you look at that line and you go like, someone is like, one of these two parties is gonna die. Either Will's gonna die and she's never gonna see him again, or she's gonna die and Will's never gonna see her again, you know? And I was thinking that it actually would be more possible for her to die than the kid. I mean, her and the kid to die than Will. Because of the exact same reason why that the attack happened in the first place. Because Hannibal wanted to fuck with them. Well, more than like fuck with... Okay, that's an interesting question we need to bring up. Why did Hannibal do that? Why did Hannibal send a fucking hitman on Will's family? Like, they're clearly pressing Will's buttons. I say they, but like, the reality is that Hannibal is the one that's doing it, you know? Because like, yes, Jack Crawford is pressing Will's buttons in a way, because Jack Crawford is like, I need you here in order to do a job, and I don't care how much mental scarring you get, you're gonna fucking do this job, because I'm gonna catch this fucking killer. You know, Jack does that. But Hannibal is the one that is ultimately doing the most fucked up stuff, and he's the one that put a head on Winslow's family. The question is why? So if you want to be a shipper, you can say that he did that because he's jealous that Will has a wife now, and he's not. I was gonna say something really stupid. I was gonna say something really indecent, but the reason, because he's jealous of another partner that Will has now. Maybe we could say that that's the reason why. I don't think it's gonna be that simple though. So the other reason is that Hannibal wants Will to just freaking lose it and go on a killing spree, because that way he gets closer to Hannibal. Because Hannibal wants Will to see the world like he does, but like that's season 1 shit. That's season 1, season 2 shit. You know, we passed that. We're past that. We're past the like Will Graham corruption arc. You know, like Hannibal tries to corrupt Will in order to have Will see the world like Hannibal does. It's like no. We moved on from that. It's been like 10 episodes too. Like we didn't do that anymore here. It's like no, it's been like 20 episodes. So we're moved past that, dude. We don't do that anymore here. But that makes me wonder, then why? So what this is turning into is this like Red Dragon versus Will, but more like a versus. It's more like a, well, like Will said at the end, he said like, we're competing now, because Hannibal is saying that the Red Dragon probably sees Will as someone as violent or prone to anything as he himself is. That's the other thing that I want to mention, is that the reason why Hannibal even suggested to go after Will's family is because I think Hannibal said you should transfer the dragon to someone else, you know? So I think Francis was on the idea that he could transfer the dragon to someone else, so someone else can carry on the legacy of the dragon, and Francis can just go and be a normal person, maybe, with Reba. Like, maybe Hannibal was giving Francis an out, but the out was actually to turn Will into the dragon. And maybe that will be the way that the show ends. That would be crazy. Will Graham becomes the Red Dragon. He's the Great Red Dragon. So it could be something like that. It could be fun if that's the way this goes. But it appears that Hannibal is pressing the right buttons in order to make Will just lose it. But I want to know why. Why does he want that? This is an adaptation of an already existing story. So I was thinking, okay, the direction of the story has to go in this direction because that's the way it was originally meant to be. And whatever gay ass shit we've been watching for 2 seasons doesn't matter that much necessarily. But I've also been told that apparently this final book well, final book, like this book adaptation at the end of the show diverges strongly from the source material. So I think that maybe, yeah, I think that maybe this will like diverge and maybe it won't have anything to do with the book. So I really don't know what they could do, because like that's the thing, is that I'm trying to like metagame this. I'm trying to like solve the puzzle with like knowledge of like, okay, so this is a book, but the adaptation, but they have to be faithful, and it's like, no, maybe it doesn't matter. Maybe I have to like look at this just as a story. And if that's the case, then I have no means of knowing what the fuck we're gonna be doing or what is Hannibal thinking. Listen, man, getting inside Hannibal's head is a difficult thing. Everyone who has tried to do that has died or has left a worse person than they were initially, you know? So like, yeah, I have no idea what Hannibal is necessarily thinking in doing these things. I'm gonna say that it's probably just like he wants Will to see the world the way Hannibal sees it. But that feels like we're regressing, you know? It feels like we already done that and we have moved past that, but maybe that's not it. I don't know. Maybe just okay, I have a dumb theory. This like makes no sense, but listen to me. So Will suffers. Will is in pain because he cares. Okay, follow me on this. Will's affliction or ability or whatever gives him like extreme empathy. So he cares too much. That makes him sad and makes him suffer because he puts himself in a situation where he consistently feels negative emotions which affect him in a negative way. So maybe Hannibal's plan is, I will fuck Will up so hard that he will stop caring, and then he will finally be free of his pain. How about that shit? That sounds like something the show would do. How about that shit? That does sound like something Hannibal could be doing, you know? And maybe that will be the reveal of the final episode, you know? It would be something like that. Like, Will is gonna lose it, he's gonna kill everyone, you know? Every character. Right? Will's gonna kill them all. And it's just gonna be Will in a river of blood, and Hannibal just gonna be standing there. Somehow escape prison, I don't know how. And he's just gonna be standing there, and Will is gonna be like, he's not gonna say words, he's just gonna scream. And Hannibal is gonna be like, finally, you are free. You have become the beast or some shit, some fucking dumb allegory, and Will is gonna look at Hannibal, and Hannibal's gonna look at Will, and then Will's just gonna leave, and Hannibal's gonna be like, hell yeah, I did it, and then the show's gonna end, and then it's gonna be gay sex in the post-credits scene. Oh man, okay, yeah, I can, jokes aside, I can actually see that happening. Like, Hannibal actually does this, not because he wants Will to see the world the way he does it, and not necessarily because he's like jealous of his lover or whatever, and wants Will to himself or something. That sounds like something so simple and stupid though, so I don't think it would be something like that. If it is, then they would have to word it in such a manner where I'm gonna be like, okay, I understand it, because Hannibal doesn't sound like the kind of dude who does that. But maybe it will be something like Will is in pain as a result of caring too much, so I want to make him stop caring by like forcing so many awful things to happen to him that he will have to stop caring, and then when he stops caring, he'll finally be free and he can actually live a happy life, you know, because he doesn't care about anyone anymore. And you know, he might kill people, doesn't matter, but he won't be sad anymore. So hey, maybe that's Hannibal's end goal. Maybe he's looking up for his buddy, you know? Maybe it'll be something like that. The wife and the kid got attacked. I'm surprised that they survived. Actually, I'm surprised that they lived. I suppose I've been talking this entire time as if they were dead, which they're not, but like, they got attacked and they will never go back to being the same, you know? Even after we defeat the Red Dragon, it's like, oh, I got shot and almost died, and my kid almost died because you got involved into this. And I like the fact that she's the one that encouraged him to do this. She and Jack Crawford. And I like that she was like, I blame Jack Crawford. And Will was like, I do too. It's like everybody blames Jack Crawford. Because of course, because it's his fucking fault. He's the one that went in the middle of the nowhere to search for Will and told him, Will, you gotta come. And then he went to her and he was like, yeah, look at this family that died because Will wasn't there. And then she's like, okay, Will, you gotta go. And it's like, God fucking damn it. Like, Jack Crawford manipulated the situation into everyone being like, okay, Will's gonna go. And now this happened. And the fact that he wasn't more like apologetic that this happened is something that like irked me the wrong way, you know? Like, he was with the wife and then he was with the kid, and then the kid was like, leave me alone. And then Jack was like, is his favorite team playing? And it's like, I understand you're trying to make small talk, but like, bro, I needed like a moment of Jack Crawford being like, well, I'm sorry that this happened. This is my fault. I shouldn't have done that, you know? Something like that. But he didn't, which is really cold. So I'll point that. Alana take Hannibal stole it away. He's gonna shit on the floor. Moving on. The fact that the kid looked at Will and he was like, I saw that you shot a dude, you killed him, and then they put you in a mental institution. And Will is like, yes, to those two events. One of them wasn't a result of the other though. Like, they were separate events. But yes, that did happen. And the kid is like, here's the thing, is that the kid was like, are you gonna kill that man who did that to mom? And Will is like, no, I'm gonna catch him and we're gonna put him in a mental institution where maybe we can fix him. And like, that's the thing, is that the moment Will said that, I was like, the kid's not gonna agree with that. The kids absolutely are not going to agree with that, because like the way Will put that, it sounds, I mean, here's the thing, is that I agree with Will. I agree with what he said. You should put someone like this man, Francis, who clearly has afflictions. You should put him in a place where maybe he can get better. But the kid hears that and the kid is like, a killer tried to kill me and my mom almost died because she got shot. Like, and you know what? I'm gonna blow your mind right now. There is a dude that Francis killed in this episode. That one dude in the car. That one dude in the car that just fucking... He was just driving. He was just fucking driving. And fucking... The wife and the kid, they just came in. And they like stopped the car and they got inside the car. And the dude was like, yo, what the fuck are you doing? And then you got shot and died. That dude. Francis did kill that one dude. And you know what? I can see that one dude as being forgotten to time. No one is ever gonna mention that that dude died. And you know what? You know, shout outs to that dude. Shout outs to fucking car driver Kun. He was just driving his car and then he got shot and died. And nobody ever mentioned that he did. You know? The only person that matters is the wife. It's not that one dude that died. There were no victims. Don't worry about it. So, car driver Kun will never hear his story. Shout outs to him. He was a real G. He stopped his car and allowed her to live. Given he stopped his car just because he was going to crash into them and he didn't want to do that. And then he like stepped off and started insulting them. But you know what? He didn't deserve to get killed like that, my man. And he probably didn't deserve nobody to talk about him. So I'm going to talk about him just as in memoriam to him. Shout out to that one dude, car driver Kun. Weird tangent. I don't know what else to say. Sorry, I'm probably just gonna go get some food now. But yeah, the idea that the kid is like, Will, you should kill him. And Will is like, no, I'm gonna do the nice thing and the right thing to do. And the kid is like, fuck you, go kill that dude that shot my mom. And it's the idea that also like the kid feels like Will has shot and killed people. So he's like, well, fucking do it again. Fucking shot this guy to kill my mom. Well, not kill. Wounded my mom. Like, that's the thing is that I don't know if she's safe. I'm gonna say right now, maybe she'll die to her like complications or something. Sorry to say this, but like I really just want her to die. Like, because like I see this character of like the wife and the son and I'm just like, what is your point in the story? And I understand that the point right now was just like they almost got killed and I'm just like, almost is not enough. If you want Will to like freaking lose it, you have to kill them. So I'm like almost like just to spice the story up a little bit more. I just want them to die. I'm sorry to say it, that's such a mean thing to say. Like, I'm out here defending car driver Kun who got no screen time, but I'm looking at other characters for me like, yeah, you have to die. Because like, I almost just want the story to get spicier. Like, because like in the reaction, I was looking at I was watching that scene where he was in the house going after them, and I'm just like, they're gonna die. Sorry, you're dead. Like, you're gonna try to get away or whatever, but you're gonna die. And they got away, and I'm just like, okay, that's weird. I thought they were dead for sure. Like, I'm just thinking from like a storytelling perspective. I'm just like, if we're gonna go down the like Will loses it path, then they have to die. So I suppose Will could not lose it. Maybe we could have a good ending. Well, Will doesn't lose it. That would be interesting. That would be unexpected at this point. Because like, I'm gonna say, like, since episode 1, I've been like 80% sure that the show was gonna end with like Will being Hannibal 2, you know, just Will becomes the serial killer. You know, I've always been expecting that. So the fact, and the show has always been teasing me with that. And now I'm at the point where so it's fun that at the final scene, I want to point this out, is that Will comes and talks to Hannibal, and I don't remember exactly what he said, but it's something like, I'm tired of y'all crazy sons of bitches doing this shit, or something like that. Like, he used explicit language that he usually doesn't say. Will usually just kind of stays quiet, and he just says the words that he needs to say in order to convey something. But at this moment, he had like an outburst, and he was like, he said crazy sons of bitches, and I'm just like, god damn, Will, language, what the fuck, man. I would expect it better from you. So the fact that he said that, I'm just like, okay, I think we're going down the like Will is losing it path, and I can see that, and I'm expecting that. And if that is the case, then wife has to die. Sorry, she has to die, either to her complications, or someone's gonna fucking show up in the middle of the night, fucking Glock her, or I don't know, bomb the hospital. The Red Dragon is gonna bomb the hospital. That'll be fun. Anyway, I think I'm out of things to say. I'm just going on dumb tangents now, so I'm just gonna stop the video now. Anyway, I think that's gonna be it for Hannibal season 3, episode 11. I think that was the episode. Yeah, sure. Sorry, man, I'm tired. See you next time. But if you would be interested in watching the finale to Hannibal already, the final 2 episodes, you can do so at the Patreon. Check out the link in the description below in order to get there. You can watch the next 2 early access episodes, full-length reactions, everything, and you would be supporting the channel in the process, and I would really appreciate that. But regardless, I appreciate you being here. I appreciate the patrons over here that are super cool. Thank you everybody for tuning in. Check out the link in the description below. Goodbye. Take care. Bye-bye.